Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all the panelists here for the panel discussion, which is of the topic how to develop AI, analytics, and data science skills for fintech. I am Nida Parkar, Assistant Professor from Aegis School of Data Science. Once again, welcome you all for this panel discussion. So till now in the morning session, we've heard a lot of uses of data science, AI in the field of fintech. We've seen various use cases where data science and AI is used extensively to wrap it up or speed up the process. We have our expert panelists from the area of AI, fintech, and also from our edutech sector. So my first question for the panelists would be, when anybody has or any participant, any aspirant has to get into the field of fintech and with these technologies in demand in the fintech industry these days, what do you think are the right skill sets required for a candidate to pursue to get into fintech and the other skills? So, so I would like to Mukesh, sir, would you like to take up this question first?
Sure. What we have seen in the last, especially in the last 10 years, the discussion around fintech, discussion around AI analytics in fintech has picked up very well. And especially in India with the digital revolution and of course demonetization and the COVID and everything, it has helped us run faster in this area. Now with all anything which comes, of course, some challenges are also there, right? Fraud and everything and all. But the biggest challenge right now is the awareness. Awareness of this is there, and this kind of things are challenges and all. Those things are there on the awareness side for the regular consumer. But the biggest opportunity I see for the student is be able to learn and be available for that. Right now, who are working on this area? People who have been there in other industry, people who are there in software engineering. They are the ones now they're working on this area because they know not enough data scientists available, not enough people who think mid-tech. Now tell me, any college or any university in India who's providing this course of AI analytics in fintech? I doubt it definitely. There are MBA who talk about finance. There are colleges who have degrees or something around data science, but I don't think anybody talking about fintech. I think that's an area to start with. And second, if we start, right, what are the use cases we are going to work on? How are the people going to get the real life experience and all? I think those are the things that in need of the hour for us to be able to skill our students to be ready for those kind of jobs. And imagine after the last day of their engineering and they get a job of fintech because they know it already how to do it. So I think that will be the thing we can move towards.
That was a great insight, sir. Abhijit, sir, would you like to put down some light on this?
Telling something which I think might take only to some other perspective.
So, Mike.
Thanks for taking perspective. I think my concern as raised by is very simple because I just look at it with my kind of resistance if we have about adopting fintech but incorporating in the financial sector. Result is that if you don't, it's not only an awareness. I think there's a huge awareness when created. Slowly we can improve. That's a very valid suggestions. The more requirement is required that I should be begin to adopt the changes. And the changes come from there are many people in this world believe that this type of fintech applications of technology in terms of financial things will take away their requirement. The student must be ready to assure themselves that it should not be. It is that facilitating the scope of employment for them. And therefore, there is no way we can really put this issue as a skill development. And so far the skills are concerned, I think it is almost very simple. Just like that, it is often said that the common sense is so rare sense that I think people need to. Yeah, but similarly, the question of learning new things, especially in case of digitalization, applications requires lots of flexibility. If I am used to in a particular mode, I tell you my personal experience, I am a fintech person. I'm not a computer person also. But the moment you change, financial sector is a huge change in that because of the technological competency there. But the moment you change my digital page of the financial institution, it is irritating for me because I refuse to learn. The changes have taken place because of security and so many other reasons. And therefore, I think students should be also, I think once you get used to something, so how much I struggle for shifting myself from one operating system to other. So still given an option, I'd like to avoid iOS because I am not able to learn. Why not? It's not very difficult. When my students can really learn, it's a beautiful attachment to use Mac to get a social reward. But I am not. I still believe that Windows is better. And the moment I talk about Windows, I talk about Windows 95 because I am more comfortable. Students should be versatile in terms of adapting and shifting. And this comes only out of your ability to critically think about existence. It's not a common sense. It's an unknown, the fear of unknown. So, for example, today, I think if you really ask me honestly, I think the major skill which is required, our society is not trained for unknown. So, when I see from the people all over, if I interact with the children from anywhere in the world, they say, I would like to take this. But now, gradually, all our students are adopting. So today it is not it's my mind-boggling thing. When I was a student, I got an invitation offer from Australia. I did not go. You ask me why? Because my father refuses to give me 400 rupees to deposit in the university. But I refused it because I was really scared. Because it's the right thing. I did not go anywhere. I lived in this country. But that I don't have any independence. So the flexibility which today's student generation is demonstrating is wonder. I tell you, and I feel that will let fintech a possibility. Thank you.
Good evening to all our illuminated and experts in the panel. First of all, we would like to extend our deep sense of gratitude for your visit to our campus. The title which was given here is a FinTech. It's like a marriage binding between finance and technology, wherein it is inseparable, always dependable, and futuristic. Coming to the employment potential is concerned, $150 billion empire it is going to be. This is about 20% higher than steel industry in the country, 30% higher than cement industry in our country. But they have to invest huge money on their furnaces, their capital items, their transportation system. Here, just with the minimum investment, maximum benefit, the investment in terms of intellectual property and your brain power. When you come to FinTech, the first stage is FinTech creation or innovation or development. Second part is FinTech adaptability. The whole system or ecosystem or the whole population should be familiar with the whole operation mechanism. Last one is FinTech utility. How it is going to be customer oriented. Banks or insurance companies or consultancy firms, all sorts of mutual fund companies or non-banking financial institutions, including Reserve Bank of India, are going to be the last part, that is financial utility for customer-oriented approach. So we are having a major responsibility too. More the technology, maybe more the danger also, but that particular risk areas we don't want to keep. Always keep positive. We will think of our positive aspects. Friends, you are having excellent opportunities in your profession. Once in any part, if you are developing expertise and excel. Come to the next stage. We are having many unicorn companies coming from this particular domain that we cannot overlook. 17% of the people are in the unicorn, they are startups. Just I had a wide idea when I read the interview of Vijay Sharma of Paytm. He was telling, Paytm is a known name in our country. 90% of the employees are born after 1990. And we are very, very proud that this particular government has done a wonderful job. Even the Prime Minister has given lots and lots of boosting for the startups and unicorn companies. And majority of the youngsters who are going to make very short span of time, huge money, this is the field. It's not only here. Once you develop expertise, once you are having a little bit of hand-on ifs and buts and also some nitty-gritties of the business, opportunities are open. Ernst & Young, Dun & Bradstreet, Morgan Stanley, Deloitte, the names are going, even Morningstar, I remember a large number of other people are also waiting for fintech experts. I'm not talking about the non-banking finance companies in our country or the banking or insurance sector and so many other fringe organizations. Even they start with a small team of 5, 6 members and they become great entrepreneurs. Now, the future is here. Second, where to invest your time and energy? As our experts are agreeing with me, first to specialize in finance, specialize in technology, IoT, or data mining, or data science, anywhere. But equivalent amount of exposure is required in finance terminologies. Today, a top-ranking fund management company or wealth management companies recruiting people, they are not convinced with only the technical expertise. There is considerably equal amount of knowledge they have to possess in financial segment. What is mutual fund? What is bond? What is insurance product? Now, this is one segment, financial. Another side is waiting. Large multinational companies are going on takeover mode. They are in the time of taking over. They have to evaluate the company. For valuation, this financial technology is going to be the major role player. Therefore, completely understand financial transactions, risks, opportunities, futuristic demand forecasting, quantitative models everywhere. You can use your algorithm and you try to make so many formulae. Everything is going to be used in this particular domain. Life is beautiful. We are very much indebted to the country. All the policies are favoring you. This is the right time. Not even 1980s, 90s, where we can easily relate. We are from 3 generations. When we started, even to go to computer in the management institution, only one dabba was there. We have to remove our shoes and go inside. COBOL, Fortran, Lotus 1, 2, 3, right? And anybody who wanted to go to computer room, they were very much talented. After 1990s, thanks to the entrepreneurial dynamics in our country and open economy, that time we could see one Narayana Murthy, one Azim Premji, right? One Dr. Kohli of TCS. These people made a miracle for our people, but we cannot overlook what we could not achieve for more than about 40 years during that time of our post-independence era. These 3 people could overtake and make India so proud of educated youngsters, and they could make a miracle. Well, after 2010, again, the startups could make ventures successful. Today, we are so proud of one Satya Nadella, one Sundar Pichai. I'm seeing large number of people in fintech area emerging very, very strong. all sorts of Google Pay or the transactions which are taking place. They're expecting that today, 2025, $150 billion we cannot undermine. In Indian rupees, it is equivalent to 1,400 lakh crores. Adani's, Ambani's, both put together cannot reach that turnover. So while we are having such kind of opportunities, develop your energy, pull up your socks, always have fire in your belly, try to learn and get the right kind of a startup, join, and future is going to be with you. Becoming a billionaire will not be a long distance dream. This could be possible before you are 30 years. This is from my end. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Lisa, would you like to put some light onto this, the skills that we require for the fintech industry?
Clearly, the skills are manifold. So one can enter without having any understanding about finance or technology. I think one of the greatest examples we have seen Parag Agarwal from M-Bank. But if you see the profile, if you go through the LinkedIn and if you see the profile of fintech founders, yesterday I was fortunate to view at least 30 fintech and we have Aegis Awards every year we evaluate. I happen to interact with most of these founders. They come from two distinct backgrounds. Either they're coming heavy technology background or they come from banking domain. So they have worked in either banks or the financial industry. And that's where what Dr. Chandan was talking about, that you need to have some domain. And that's where the MBA folks, those who are sitting over here, will have an advantage, right? And there is another set of people like Aegis students, those who are studying machine learning and deep learning, even though they don't have the domain knowledge, they can really build the models. So coming precisely what kind of skill set you will require. So data science and AI is not the only skill set to be successful in fintech. You need to understand domain. You need to, let's say, if you want to get into data science and AI analytics, of course, you need to relearn machine learning, deep learning, and you need to learn the tools like Python and R to do machine learning and deep learning. You need to be aware about big data. You need to be aware about a lot of visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau or ClickSense. And Professor Ankita will be giving you a demonstration about how you can really do the visualization about financial customer data just once we finish this panel discussion. So these are the multiple skills that you need to be know if you want to be in analytics, AI space within fintech. But there are other skills which you also require. For example, you want to build a mobile phone. You require mobile app developer. If the fintech industry is heavily starting to use AR, VR, and Meta. Yesterday, I saw one innovation which is Care.ai, and they're using metaverse for fintech. In virtual world, your avatar can really go and interact with the customer care virtual avatar. So those who are creative people, those who are in multimedia, they can really think aloud, right? They are creative people. They have a huge scope for AR and VR, metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg has renamed Facebook as a Meta, and that is where the future is mixed reality. Right? It's a hugely growing area, and I think that is going to surpass AI and data science and all those stuff. Right? Cloud security. Lokhande will talk about the security aspect because financial industry deals with the money, and money is the scarce resource. Right? Everybody's running after the money. With digitization, with Meta, with cloud, it becomes vulnerable. So you have to be the fintech industry need to deploy security aspects. So it is heavily hiring security professionals, network security, cloud security, cryptography. Then you will require people those who are good on cryptocurrency, bitcoins, blockchain, because that is what it provides the security. Let's say some Russian hackers took say $50 million as a bounty to hack your bank. And now they have hijacked your bank. Right? So ransomware, right? So even in US, ransomware has police personnel had to pay money. American police had to pay money to release their servers, and that's the power of ransomware. So security professional will really play a major role, and blockchain can really create a backup. So every transaction will have a backup in hashing into blockchain algorithm. Even if your whole server goes down, at least you will have some data available in blockchain and which is immutable, distributed ledger. So if you have to really name a couple of skills, which is cloud, mobile app development, traditional full stack, because even AI will be embedded inside the software development, right? You need to build the web app. You need to be good at security, right? You can learn AI, data science, analytics, big data, data engineering. That is another stack, metaverse. And then, of course, domain knowledge, which is finance and accounting. And within finance, you can go in core banking, you can go in investment banking, you can go in bonds, you can go in wealth management. So there are multiple areas. And any fintech company, if you see their founders profile, they come from multiple areas. It's a multidisciplinary field. So I think this is a broad area, and everybody has a scope, not necessarily only for those who do AI and machine learning. Dr. Lokhande, you would like to add on security aspect?
Whenever we want to make pretty key who will be the victim for the online attack or the cyber attack. So there are two possibilities. A person who is having a huge amount of money with him. Secondly, a person having some valuable data with him. So if you are having these two things with you, then you will be the next target. So that's the role of security is playing. So the importance of the data, management of data, data science, data analysis, and then if you are like having some knowledge, technological knowledge, along with your financial or finance field, then it will be an added advantage. So in the market, so now today the trend of criminal is totally changed. No one will be going to rob you on a road. They will be showing you the knife and say, "Kiti kalo paise," no one is going to do that. A person sitting at like on the corner of the world, he is just monitoring all your activity, and the moment he find that you are having a huge amount of money or the wealth with you, you will be the next target. So this is what the importance of the security and the importance of the data in everybody's life.
I would like to give one example. I met one company, and this is started by two kids, typically of your age, right? 21 or 20. And both are basically bounty hunters. The new generation understands bounty hunters. And they launched a company just 9 months back. And today they have all marquee banks as their customer, HDFC, ICICI, HSBC, all these banks. They're making millions of dollars. And what they have done, they have created a platform which can secure their application. So all banks are using the mobile app. And this mobile app is a place for vulnerability. How do you know that there is a not malicious code or a leak or a bug into that mobile app? And since they come from the bug bounty hunting background, they have given this kind of SDK, which actually secures your app and tells you what are the vulnerability. Let's say if you're using a mobile app, and if there's another app within your mobile phone which tries to capture the screen recording is there, and you will not know, right? This app will stop the other app, right? Or else this app will crash the banking app, so that no screen capturing can be done. So very specialized area. So, but the another thing which is very important, which none of the school can really teach you, is the creativity which Dr. Raghupathy was trying to tell you. Your ability to get into some area which is unknown, and your ability to change and see what kind of problems exist, and your ability to think how you can really solve that problem.
Thank you.
I want to add one thing. When you talk about creativity, I think probably professor I think destroying your traditional thinking. basically you create something, how to destroy. But one of the ability which is required in the emerging my knowledge, it is better that if you can develop that. Say, for example, I own a house, and can you demolish it? And that's a tremendous ability. I think young generations or future generation need to learn this. And essentially, ability to unlearn is also a critical ability for successful fintech operation.
That's some amazing skills that you got. You know, you need skills from the data science background, some analytical skills, some team building would also be spoken about. Some creative thinking is also needed. So continuing to the topic that we've started, if anybody would like to take this question. So what specific data science skills sir has already touched upon? So anybody who would want to enter a fintech, and now fintech has a huge demand for this AI and data science implementation in various use cases. So how do you think we can actually develop or prepare any participant who would like to get into that for these skills? How can they actually prepare themselves for these skill sets so they are capable enough to apply into any fintech sector? Okay, sir, if you would like to.
Sure. See, it's been 11 years since I came back to India and teaching at the multiple places. But one of the things I found to be very easy for people to learn is a curiosity, that hunger. If it's there, I want to understand, passion is there to learn, they will learn. If it's a standard thing, they have to do it just for the marks, probably they will not be as much. That's the hunger part is starting point. Another thing in the data is the insights are already there. You don't produce insights. It's just our ability to find those, to mine those. That's why it's called exploring data analysis, where we are exploring, we don't know what I'm going to get. It was funny when I at Microsoft, when I used to go to team and say, I want to look at the data, they would ask me this question, what are you going to look for? I used to say, I don't know. And literally it was meaning I don't know, right? Because I don't know, I look at it and I figure out some patterns there. And that's why some of the things I found and I documented in my books, that what was the finding and how some of the findings I stumbled upon. And it's not like something you can go to Google and find out, okay, how do I find this? And you find a code for that. It's not, right? Because this is still a very new industry. The good part about being in the new industry is it's evolving and you can ride the wave and you can be much faster, much aggressive in terms of packages, in terms of roles and everything. So that is one thing we can do. One thing which I don't see happening as much, and even I'm reading once in a while, that reading. Yeah, there is time that we used to read books and all, but based on books, I will not recommend as much today. But there are enough articles, enough posts on LinkedIn, enough posts on Medium, enough posts on YouTube videos where people have posted their content. Kaggle, so many content is available. I keep telling you, if you want to learn data science, go to Kaggle, look at the past 10 companies that is finished. They have shared the data, open the data. There are leaderboard, top 20, 10 people across the globe who have posted their code. Just open the code and read. How best can you get reading on top of it, right? So I think that part will let them understand that this is all possible. That's all can be done. And last but not the least, share. Once you have your findings, just small, write a 4-line article, 10-line article, 1-page article, post on LinkedIn and let other people view. But that fear, अरे लोग क्या कहेंगे अगर बराबर नहीं है तो या what if something is wrong? I think that will limit ourselves. But if we put it and people say, no, you should have done this, you should have done this, yes. People are criticizing me, I'm getting more inputs. Next time will be better, next time will be better. And that's how people can go. Well, whatever I shared is what I implemented myself to come into this industry, to do this part. But I think opportunities there. I think people, I've seen some lights for some people, and these are people I pick up for internship, I give internship to them, and they work for me to be curious, being open. So that's what I would say the skills required for students.
So anybody would like to take this question on how do we develop technical skills, people for especially for people who are from the non-technical background who would want to get into technology. So how do we develop these skill sets in the
I'm not from technical field, so I'm very much keen on business development, business expansion, and business aggression. We could make out large number of people with smell for money and good brand image. Naturally, they will be comfortable to listen to us. There is one field, business analytics. It is not like a drop of water or bucket of water, it is like a ocean. Almost anybody, everybody who is having a little bit of voracious reading, as I was mentioning, YouTube lovers, they can easily absorb the content. With your technology, if you are having a little bit of analytical power, we call it as cognitive absorption or cognitive resource assimilation. If anybody is having a little bit of more thinking power, thinking out of the box, they can be great success. The companies which are recruiting in business analytics are top-ranking consultancy firms and the company evaluators. Suppose if a Tata Steel is taking over Chorus in Europe, there may be about 2 years of the hard work was involved with the team members to analyze and evaluate the market size, GDP, GNP, per capita income, growth prospects, the political analysis, policy, the government guidance, incentives, waivers, or extra motivation given by that particular government wherever we acquire and they enter. There is a wide gap. What happens? Top ranking IITians are recruited. They are too good in technology. After they enter, because minimum salaries are starting from 50 to 20 lakhs for fresh PE or BTech graduates. And many of the employers are putting so much of the efforts to retain them, nurturing them, and training them. They are too good in technology, no doubt about it. But other areas which they are supposed to do proper homework, they are not accustomed to. So much of inputs are required. If a company like our Indian Birla Group, Hindustan Aluminium is taking Novelis in North America, this company's performance is hardly about 2.4 billion at the time. But they were taking over another company with 8.4 billion, almost double the size. They need so much of inputs and they are paying very well, but they have to advise. Where to advise? Not only that particular country, the whole continent demand analysis to be done. So those who are having appetite or passion or total involvement for acquiring knowledge and voracious reading every time, by using the technology, they can easily forecast the demand, giving them proper advisory services. Therefore, you are the potential people to enter into JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Dun & Bradstreet. And going to the country chief level, it won't take more than 3-4 years. Because already we are having inherent strength of technology and a little bit of the extra thinking power called analytical ability. So he's becoming business analytic. Enterprises with analytical power is becoming business analytic job. As finance married with the technology is become fintech. Same way, business with analytical ability. For this, you have all the quantitative models, you are having numerical analysis best, your statistical analysis best, qualitative analysis also will be best, and you are in the advisory role of talking the business with millions of dollars total turnover, whichever domain you have. And today, all the multinational corporations that are dealing with the consumer products or durable items or electronics or heavy engineering or steel or tertiary sector, even transportation, the airline sector, these are all the people going to rule the roost. Every airline has to know what is going to be the total users of the line, which sector is going to be beneficial, right? Where their money is going to come from. All the five-star hotel chains, whether Kempinski or it is a Hyatt group, every group is in need of such people. But there is a dearth. The airlines, or transportation segment, or it is hotel industry, or manufacturing, or consultancy services, Everywhere the potential is huge. By 30 years, you will be the country head, provided you have that kind of sharpness. And convert everything in terms of models. Life is made for you. 10 more years, you may be a CEO. So by 40 years, if you become a CEO of a companies like AT&T, Cleveland Pierre Carnegie Tesla, that's the full form of that company. That is a top-ranking consultancy firm, right? So potential is huge. Dream consultancy firms specialize in business analytics. Life is made for you. This is from my end. Thank you.
I'm looking through the eyes of the training and placement officer. The question was asked like what sort of skill set is required. So straight away I can say there are 2-3 things required. One is skill upgradation. So you cannot like by sitting at your home, you cannot upgrade your skill. You need to like attach yourself with a good institute who can upgrade your skill. Secondly, you must have good attitude and aptitude, skill and adaptability. So if you have all these things, so you can go ahead, those who are not from the technical background or those who are from other streams. So if they wanted to go into this field, so this is the only solution.
I think you have to take a step back. Like, let's imagine that you have walked into Mumbai airport and you're just roaming around and you don't know where you want to go. Does it really make sense to roam around an airport? Security guys will kick you out. And perhaps most of the students, like which is close to 38 million students in this country, ironically, they are roaming on the street and airports without knowing where the hell they want to go. So before you start learning anything or acquiring skills, you need to figure it out what is your destination, whether you want to fly to Mumbai or Chennai or Toronto, where. So I think here the destination is fintech. So once you decide that your destination is fintech, within fintech, in my talk I talked about multiple areas within inside the fintech, right? Whether you want to get into lending or say payments or insurance or regulatory aspect, right? Which area of blockchain or cryptocurrency, identify those areas. So first, the most important thing, what is your destination? What problem you want to solve? And one of the best way to look at it, not from the job seeker's point of view, look at from the founder's point of view. Imagine that you want to raise a $5 million funding. Dr. Gangopadhyay, me, both of us, we were fortunate to get invited by Ontario government, right, Canada, and we visited to a couple of incubation centers, Mars, Communitech, and we also visited one of the university, Rayson University, which has got incubation center here in South Bombay. Now, we were amazed, and that I'm talking about 2013. This phenomenon has come down to India. Unlike here in India, in third year, while I was studying, and not much has changed all these years in the last 30 years. In third year, people used to prepare for CAT and GRE, GMAT. In final year, they were preparing for campus, right? Or those who have prepared for CAT, they will crack the CAT as well as campus. So they'll lead the job as well. Now this phenomenon is not there. So I won't use the harsh words, but there, I don't find anybody actually, so our TCS Infosys are basically Microsoft and Google of North America. The smartest kids are not appearing for GRE, GMAT, neither they are appearing for the campus. Third year, they are working on building up a plan, a minimum viable project, MBA. Right? And final year, their plan is to raise fund. And when they want to go out, they want to go out as a founding CTO and founding CEO. And hire a couple of guys from Google or Microsoft. And that's the spirit which I am talking about almost 8 years back. Today I see this is spread in couple of institutions, not everywhere. Right? So companies hire you in bulk, they take you in truck, and you don't know where they will be putting you against your wishes. I don't know how a reasonable human being can really undergo this kind of torture. It is like you are blindfolding me, taking into a truck, and I don't know where you want to dump me, right? And you will give me some task which I may or may not like. This is absolutely human, inhuman. This is like a taking cattle survey. So my advice to you, to everybody, those who are here and online, anyway, you are studying MBA. MBA is all about analytics. Finance is all about analytics. The only thing you have not been told about that. If you join any fintech company or any startup company, you investor will be asking you all those financial KPIs which you are anyway studying, which is NPV, which is profitability, what is revenue, revenue growth. That is what you have been studying, right? All these KPIs will be asked. So the only thing you don't know your destination. So know the destination, right? And once you know the destination, you'll find hundreds of blocks, hundreds of places where you can really figure it out. What skills you require. So let's take a concrete example. Let's say you want to get into, say, credit scoring company, fintech company, right? And if you want to build a credit scoring, essentially what you have to really learn, you have to learn the statistics. You don't need to learn mathematics because credit scoring is mathematics. It's like you need to find out the aggregated score whether this guy will return me money or not. It's as simple as that, which is like a crystal does. Simple does. So, and then you need to really learn machine learning because you need to really analyze hundreds of parameters. You need to learn some EDA, and to build machine learning, you need to learn Python. So depending on which area you want to really go, you need to really do. Let's example, you're getting into some say RegTech, right? Regulatory tech within fintech, and they're working on say KYC compliance. So Virendra Paul is working on KYC compliance. So and in KYC compliance, you need to really collect a lot of data, which is Aadhaar card, which is PAN card, and a lot of the speakers also told you that if I took my PAN card 5-year-old and today my photograph in PAN card and today's me, these are two absolutely different. So if you use computer vision system, automated system to match the photograph will not match. Right? How you will solve this problem and how do you really extract the data pictures from your Aadhaar card and the facial recognition. So we have examination system which does the AI property, right? Which matches the photograph, which fetches from Aadhaar card, and while you're giving the exam, it is continuously keep tracking of your photograph. Now, if you have to build this kind of system, you need to go learn deep. Learning not only machine learning will help you, and only simple statistics can really help you. And you need to deploy these models, scalable model, because you have to serve millions of customers. You can't really build a custom model and then deploy it. So depending on which field you want to really go, tons of free skills are there, paid skills are there. Once you identify that this is the destination, you can fly free or you can fly fixed. Both the options are there, but fix up your destination, and that's the most critical.
Krisha, would you like to add up to that?
Definitely, the destination part is is very important. You could have noticed some old timer, right? Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know where you're going, doesn't matter. Anything you can take any road, right? I think we are at the juncture that we are doing is important. The one of the simple tips I would tell you: if you start reading today, something on LinkedIn, some article, and you get the idea yourself that these are the things I'm more enjoying reading those. These are innovations which I really like. Just search on the internet, right? Innovations in AI. You see hundreds of videos around those. Look at some of those guys. This is what I want to do, and then start working backward. Okay, fine. To get there, what do I need to do? Yes, some of the core skills remain the same, but yes, some of the niche skills which you can do it. And yes, I agree. You may not have opportunity to choose your company, choose the work and all in the first year, second year. But first of all, think about it. Do you have your LinkedIn profile? Do you have thousands of people in the connection? If answer is no, then you're not even trying. Yes, there will be company coming in, taking you in bulk. Use a slightly exaggerated example of taking cattle in the truck. Probably it's true to a certain extent. But if you have your profile such a way that in Hindi there is a dialogue, right? खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना आगे कुछ नहीं आता मुझे. So that part, if you company पूछे कि तुझे क्या करना है, yeah, what is that area? Thank you, sir. So if you are strong, if you want to do something, If you highlight those things on your LinkedIn, company will come looking for you. Why not, right? And I keep giving an example, right? So if like, there was a person who I wanted to hire from IIT Roorkee, Microsoft, we were going there on day 0. I said, no, I want to hire this person. If the first interview should be of that person. We land there, the person is nowhere to be seen. In one whole day passed that the person did not turn up, phone switch off and everything. Then one of his friends told us in secret, Facebook रात को आई 12 बजे आपको लेके चलेगी. That's how even Microsoft we could not hire that person even though we were there 8 a.m. in the morning. We could not hire the person because somebody else took it. If the person was so good, available on LinkedIn profile, people will come knocking your door. पूछने में क्या जाता है? You have to try at least, right? But that is how you get the job. And I was talking in my session also, right? If you do the job which you are passionate about, you will not feel like you're working. You always feel like doing a hobby, and then companies paying you for that. That will be.
That is definitely added up a lot of things and answered a lot of questions. So one question which I would like to add upon is having the skill sets with you. You know, when you want to, anybody would want to approach to a fintech industry. How important is the banking, finance, domain knowledge when anybody with those skill set would like to apply in that knowledge, in that particular area? Gangopal, would you like to take up that question?
It's a very good question. Just want to tell you, talk about
Just let me.
if you think about the financial sector, one thing is very important. Basically, finance operates on a discussion. The ability. Say, for example, my experiences in this area is very yes that in India we have never been taught about our vulnerability risk, and we need to accept it. So one of the major things which we take say basically today if you think about the equity analysis. One of my seniors has said that can you give me some advice? He's a company world told me, no, I will never advise that because you are taking risk, and risk is only a probability. So the idea is that if you have a mindset for that, then you can become a risk manager. You can become a fintech advisor. See, basically, if you are going for a certain, say for example, my experience, and I agree with I was also one form, one or other way, yes, it was forced on me. And I tell you, say for example, world, see my dream companies. If you want me, I have a dream company. I had. I could not practice because I read about it and then learn. But this is I don't want to tell you about the name of the company. And when it came to campus, A1, 0, actually we used to operate on -1, -2. So they're not marks. But when they came, then one person was shortlisted. It was the distance to the world level. Because I was chairperson of Egypt. I could not find it. Then I got a mail. That time this WhatsApp and I got a mail. He said, sir, I will not join the company. I will not take any employee. Good that they have shortlisted me. Said, I have a dream. Yes, I have a dream to employ their employees. And he is today proving himself. What else I can do? Therefore, this mindset is required for all professionals, all the finance applications. For example, today, my relative has come, who is basically a British. So he has come here after doing all sorts of courses and had a very successful business enterprise in the country where he was staying. He was in came here and set up the most prominent equity analysis company. So why? He says that the scope of India is more in this country than anywhere. And as it happens today, everybody is crying, including my daughter, because euro and about this crashed. So this ability one should have. I think probably you to have a third sense is impossible. But at least you should have maybe to absorb, tell your laws. Actually, it's really a very difficult profession. So, given an option, I would not like to manage anybody's wealth. I can't manage that. How I can manage the others? And therefore, I take on this very simple. Very correctly as well. See, for example, in my life, I was a government servant. Big government servant, farm. In all life. And farmers, the first 20 years they work for pension. And 20 years, after 20 years, they try that the pension will be maximum. And then will be tracked. But that retirement will never happen because he will continue to remain because he gets a quarter. This is a must in terms of being successful. And I think this you cannot induce. Say, otherwise it will die like me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice, sir. Just we have opened eyes for everybody, right? Two responsibilities you have. One is to protect your own wealth. Second one is making the bankers to keep and retain your wealth. The second kind is now going to downfall. As the moment if you look at the banking sector, we can classify into four categories today. One is foreign banks coming and operating in your country. Even 15 top ranking clients and corporate clients are more than sufficient for them. Minimum 25 lakhs you have to keep at any point of time. Then only you will be high net worth individual or priority customer. Second kind of banks are all the nationalized banks right from the beginning. Whatever fintech comes, nothing will enter into their traditional mindset. Third kind of banks are all the successful private banks, whether Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, or IDFC Bank, so many other XYZ, Indus Bank. Fourth category is socially accessed banks like cooperative banks and special SIS. Fortunately or unfortunately, all the banks are under the guidelines of RBI. The repo rate or re-repo rate, everything is going to be the same. Now, we want the students to essentially enter into only private banks so that in the initial stage itself you are roasted, fried, and you know the commitment. If they pay you 10,000 rupees, they expect at least about 50,000 rupees of return on investment. That's the fact. Such kind of private banks, it cannot be a single functional or focused segment. They will expect you to learn first the customer relation with the emotional quotient. Second, they have to be all the while thinking of working on the data provided from their data mines. Who are the people keeping savings bank more than about 10 lakhs of rupees for the past 6 months? Uska pakdo, piche jao, and give them some advice. For giving that advice, you must be so sharp. You have to compare so many products. Nowadays, the banks are not having only one function of यहाँ से टोपी उठा के उधर डालो, टोपी उठने के लिए पैसा, डालने के लिए पैसा. That is the banking function. Dr. Gangobatia is there. He must have put about say 10 lakhs of rupees hard-earned money for 10 years, 15 years, and he is having a blind faith in the bank. As he mentioned, even if they protect my wealth, it is more than sufficient. Let it not get drained out. That is his security is 5%, 6%, is very happy. But the same money is going to be given to somebody else for about 12%. He is getting about 7% extra. Lanpati Gagari, posh location residents of the bank managers is not taken care. Now, point here is, whichever bank you join, try to learn different functions of the bank. If they try to keep you in only one place for more than about 6 months, that means you are not going to learn anything. Salary makeup. As early as possible, learn all the functions of the bank, whether it is foreign exchange, or bill discounting, or customer relations, or high net worth individual service, or non-priority customer segment. Everything should be known to you. So you have to be a bit sharp. Take the plunge into private banks. Go through all the rat functional areas for about say 2 years, apply to some foreign banks, get 2-3 years of experience, get to transfer to either Singapore or any other country, get about $10,000, right? You will be happy, your family will be happy. Or else come out and become loan syndicator. Some angel investors or new venture investors may be there, venture capitalists, make a tie-up with them and build your own entrepreneurial venture. For everything, what is required is your updated technology. Merely the hollow talks will not do. You have to be sharp. Just I can give enough amount of examples how the people using their financial skills plus technology, they can go up at a faster pace. This is from banking segment.
Thank you, sir. So with keeping in close eye on the time we have allotted for this panel discussion, I would like to ask one final question. So looking from any student or anybody who would want to get into any finance sector, be it banking, insurance, or any other financial fintech company, what are the different job roles that anybody can look at? As you have already mentioned, be clear with what you want to achieve. So if you can give an insight on the different job roles that can be taken up in the finance sector.
The jobs will also depend on your educational background. I would say a good percentage of them is not required, but still it's always good. So if you are from engineering background, I would strongly recommend do not leave technology. Keep the technology with you. Better job like software engineer or something, just begin with. Always good to do that. But if you are from a non-technical background, you are from MBA background or something, get into a role which is like business analyst and all, good start. The role which you are targeting right now is product manager. Product manager role, which normally, if you are really good, if you are able to crack the interviews very well, now you might be able to get it. But somebody who can come up with an idea on the fly, who can think about a vision, who can think about how the market is going to react, who can think about a user, who can think about how the app is going to function, everything. That role of a product manager. If you know if you are a good product manager or not, you can ask the question for yourself. Pick any app of your choice on your mobile phone. If somebody asks you now, please add 2 new features. Can you come up with the idea of 2 new features on the feed? If yes, then you are a potential product manager candidate. If not, picture every baki. So that is the roles which I would suggest for you to think about. There are roles which are very specific to analytics, which are data analyst. Even though I don't expect how people can flash and become a data scientist from day one, but data scientist roles also available in the market. Something to do with data. I think if you are doing this combination part, keeping a tab on technology, the learning from data, and having that in entrepreneurship mindset, that what is something new, which people will love it, which people will buy, and all those things, the combination will be really good to not just crack the interview, but also start the jobs with. Those are the at least high level I can start.
Thank you. Audience, do you have any question for this panel discussion? We can take up on those questions. Anyone? Any question?
Adding what Mukesh said, so typically within fintech and within this AI data science, we have multiple standard job roles. Number one is of course business analyst, and of course there is a long debate whether you need to have a domain knowledge or not. But the kind of technology today is available, and already domain experts are there within that company. They will hold your hand. They don't have the expertise to analyze the data, and that's where you will come in, right? So these guys, these folks will actually train your domain knowledge, so you don't have to really worry at this point of time about the domain. If you come from MBA background, you already have theoretical domain understanding, so you can really take up lunch. One is business analyst, the other one is data scientist, right? And today, data scientists are performing both the jobs, machine learning engineer, business analyst, and data scientist. In majority of the fintech companies, for fintech companies are typically startup companies that don't have very well-defined separate roles for business analysts, machine learning, data scientists, data engineering, and most of startup companies actually have all the 4 merged roles: data engineer, data analyst, business analyst, data scientist, right? Deep learning engineer for that matter. Then you have like conversational AI engineers are coming specifically. The job is to really build, say, conversational bots, but machine learning engineer can also do, and data scientists can also do kind of jobs. So these are typically some standard jobs, risk analyst. A lot of our students join large banks and the risk analysts. Their job is to assess risk. You can become chief data officer, you can become chief technology officer. Like Vijendra Paul, he became chief data scientist within very short span. You don't have to debate like my generation. We spent 30 years, 40 years, each generation to become a CTO after 20, 30 years experience. Now today's kids are becoming CTO at the age of 22, 23. And today, now a lot of job postings are there which are putting the gap on the higher age. So they say, okay, do not apply if you're more than 35. Right? You're not hiring chief technology officer who's more than 30 years. It's an absolutely reverse trend which was not heard the 10 years back. They're just like hiring a James Bond. James Bond they typically hire at 35, who can work at 30.
Now I'm scared, no longer have a job.
All of us become redundant. We are that.
Thank you, sir. To sum it up, Mukund sir, would you like to take up this question related to the security in the fintech? So, any job roles that if anybody is curious on taking on job role related to security, what would it be?
In the finance sector or the banking sector, the role of security professional is pen testing, penetration testing, threat hunting, like whether the particular site or particular app is safe or secure or not. So finding the bugs into that. So plus like avoiding the various outside intrusion attacks and avoiding all hacking attempts. So these are all all the security aspects or related job profile should be available in the finance and banking sector.
Thank you, sir. So we had some remarkable thoughts in this panel discussion. I would like to thank each and every panel sitting out here for sharing such insight and knowledgeable insight that you have given us and your expert opinions. Also, I'm sure the young ignited minds sitting here and people who are participating online also have learned, and a few of the queries have been answered related to the job skills and everything in and around fintech, be it the analytics, be it the data science skills, be it the AI skills. We've also covered the security part of it. So that was a wonderful discussion. Thank you once again to all the panelists. My sincere thank you all of you.
Wonderful.